In this section, I would like to talk about HTTP response structure. That is one of the components allowing a client and a web service to be backward compatible while being created using different programming languages. Unlike HTTP request, HTTP response is sent from a web service to a client that are composed of several parts. Let's look at the duty of each part of HTTP response. The first part is protocol version. It points a version of HTTP protocol that is used. The second part is response code that is composed of both HTTP status code and status message, such as 404, not found, and so on. It gives a recipient an overall result of request processing. The third part is response headers. This part of HTTP response delivers response headers in the form of key-value pairs that provide meta information about a response, such as content type, redirect information, and so on. The fourth part is a response body. It supplies response body that identifies additional data to be streamed from a web service to a client, such as HTML document, XML document, binary data, and so on. After learning parts of HTTP response structure, let's take a look at example of HTTP response. The first line is made up of response status along with version of HTTP protocol. As for response code, in this particular response, it's equal to 200, which means a request is processed successfully. There are many status codes, and fortunately, we don't need to memorize all the existing status codes. However, it would be nice to be aware of how status codes are divided into groups, to have a grasp of what's going on whenever you get a response after sending a request. In the next section, we will learn the group of existing status codes. Right afterwards, all the lines until a line break are response headers giving a recipient information about representation format of data that is returned back by a web service, as well as size of data being sent in response body, and so on. Then, after a line break, an actual response body message is included. Message can be in one of many formats, such as XML, JSON, pure text, and so on.